I've always heard things as you're growing up. Your parents tell you things and you're too young to pay much attention, but they kind of hang in there.
Now, I knew that I had some other family lines that had some Irish connections, but I didn't realize my Campbell name did. So that kind of took me by surprise.
His mother was the illegitimate child of my father. And I was absolutely in shock. I couldn't believe it. Well, she died at the age of 67 of cancer, but she left behind 5 children. And so now I have 4 nephews and a niece.
These are things that, I mean, you know, how would you know these things if you didn't get out and dig a little bit?
So in September, I put together a PowerPoint and started a class. It wasn't actually a club, it was a class. It was called Genealogy 101. And I was as new as the newest member of that class, but I did my research. I used the books that the library has, I used the databases. But I also reached out to other libraries and online sources, and it was a success. I was so surprised at how compassionate this group was. It was a real mix of ages. We had grandmothers and granddaughters. We had young ladies who were professional people, young men. Of course, quite a few retired folks who have a little more time to devote to this. And I thought I would probably be eaten alive the first class because of my lack of knowledge. But not only was it a very accepting group, but it was a very, what shall I say, information thirsty group. A group that really wanted to learn more, and you could just tell that they were so hungry to learn more that any little thing was welcomed and celebrated.
Well, I've kind of got a general interest in history, and it's nice to be able to put get a better understanding of what these people's lives were like. It's very interesting, and also through the library, I was able to use their service Heritage Quest to find some biographies of some of my family members that were published in books in the late 1800s, early 1900s. These were books about communities and had information on a lot of people in the communities and the history of the community itself. And it was just so nice to see, oh, here's something about my great-grandfather. It was very enlightening.
My great-grandmother and my great-granddad were born in England, but I couldn't find out. I needed the county of where they were born, but I didn't have that information. So I felt, I just kind of gave up. And then this came along, that Pat started to have these sessions here at the library, and I came over here for one of the sessions, and I said, wow, hey, this has got some good information here, good places to find out on the internet and such. So I started doing a little bit of research and digging, and then then she started the club, and I get so excited when I get on the internet. It's just fascinating, especially when it's a frustration and it's excitement, because I get frustrated when I get up against a brick wall and I can't seem to get any further.
It is great. Most all of the tricks that I've learned for genealogy have come from meetings just like we've been in. The Central Florida Genealogy Society meetings, I mean, they have a meeting before the meeting where people come in and talk about, oh, I found this, or this is new, try this. And it's just people helping people.
One gentleman in there today, I had told him about it after I attended, and he said, I've been learning and looking up things on my family for years. So he's come to the last 2 meetings. And we just spread the word. You know, there's plenty of people that are interested, but they have to find out about it. And when they find out that they can use Ancestry.com free here at the library and make their copies and everything, I mean, that's a wonderful thing.
I guess his addiction as well is a passion for genealogy, because I get the passion to find out, but the addiction to, when I get up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is go on the internet and start going, and I can't wait to come to the meetings here.
So as I travel this route, it just gets more amazing, and you want to know what's around the next corner, and it just keeps coming, and it's so exciting.